Have you ever felt that the friendships you cherished in your youth are slowly fading away as you navigate through adulthood? You're not alone. In today's fast-paced world, many of us find ourselves questioning the value and sustainability of our long-term relationships. In this video, we delve deep into the natural evolution of friendships as we age, exploring why connections change and how to adapt to these shifts gracefully. You'll discover insightful reasons why maintaining certain friendships becomes challenging and learn strategies to prioritize what truly matters in your life. Stay with us until the end to uncover practical tips on embracing solitude, enhancing your mental well-being, and fostering meaningful relationships that enrich your life. Whether you're looking to strengthen existing bonds or seeking peace in your own company, this video offers valuable perspectives to help you lead a more fulfilling and balanced life. Don't miss out on transforming your approach to friendships and personal happiness. Let's embark on this journey together. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. As we grow older, it's only natural to find that the circle of friends around us grows smaller, and the time spent with family, or even alone, becomes more prominent. This is not something to be feared or lamented, but rather an inevitable part of the journey we all must take. Life's landscape shifts as time passes, our living environments evolve, our values change, and consequently, the relationships we hold dear may transform as well. While this process may seem daunting, it's crucial to understand that it is part of the natural course of life. Instead of seeing these changes as something to worry about, we should embrace them as an essential and healthy aspect of aging. It's a time to acknowledge the importance of personal space and family bonds, both of which provide a deep sense of emotional security and mental balance. The quiet moments spent in solitude are not a sign of loneliness, but an opportunity to reconnect with ourselves, nurture our inner peace, and cultivate joy in the stillness of our own company. It's a skill, this art of enjoying solitude, that becomes more precious as we age. Having fewer friends does not mean being abandoned by the world. Rather, it's an invitation to create a richer, more fulfilling relationship with oneself. As we grow older, our conversations with friends often shift towards shallow topics, boasting about children, discussing material wealth, or engaging in gossip that leaves us feeling empty and unsatisfied. These types of interactions, though they may be familiar, often feel like a waste of time, leaving us with a sense of regret after parting ways. As we age, we begin to recognize that truly meaningful friendships, those built on mutual respect and understanding, are rare and hard to come by. Too often, we find ourselves surrounded by people whose conversations revolve around themselves, and who constantly need to boast or compete. Even in settings like nursing homes, the nature of conversations often falls into triviality, as disputes and petty complaints take center stage. It's a painful reality to witness, and one that makes it all the more essential to focus on finding activities or hobbies that bring personal fulfillment, even in solitude. The relationships we once had with friends can evolve, but the true and enduring emotional anchor in our lives, as we age, becomes family. While in our youth, friends may have felt like family, the truth is that, as we grow older, the deep, unconditional love and loyalty we receive from family become our primary source of connection. No matter how close a friend may be, they can never offer the same depth of care and consideration that family does. Friends have their place in our lives, but family, as we age, becomes the core of our emotional well-being. In the earlier years, we may have felt compelled to attend social gatherings out of a sense of obligation, perhaps to keep friendships alive or to maintain appearances. But over time, we come to realize that these gatherings, though well-meaning, can often lead to regret. It's better to focus on spending quality time with family, those who understand us most deeply, and who offer a sense of fulfillment that no other relationship can. When we learn to prioritize these bonds, we find that they nourish our spirit, adding meaning to our lives in ways that nothing else can. As we move forward in life, it's important to reassess our friendships and make conscious choices about how we spend our time. The relationships that no longer serve us, those that drain rather than uplift us, should be carefully considered. We must redirect our energy to what truly matters, those precious moments spent with family, the ones who fill us with love, comfort, and a profound sense of belonging. In the end, it's the meaningful connections and the quiet, fulfilling moments that offer the most satisfaction, and it is these moments that we must cherish as we continue on our journey through life. As we journey through life, this is not a call to sever all connections with friends, but rather a gentle reminder that not all friendships are meant to last forever. Even in our later years, There are times when the warmth of friendship is essential, when a deep connection with even just one person who truly listens to you can illuminate the soul. The value of a friend with whom you can share a drink and engage in heartfelt conversation, even if it's just once or twice a year, cannot be overstated. These friends are not those who only appear when they need something or those who constantly boast, seeking to elevate their image. No, the friends who matter are the ones who listen without judgment, empathize with your struggles, and joyfully celebrate your victories. They are the ones who create a space for you to be yourself, free from the weight of the world. These friendships, grounded in mutual respect and understanding, are like lifelines to your mental health, offering a refuge from the stress and complexities of life. But, on the other hand, relationships with friends who make you feel uneasy, or those whose conversations are laced with negativity and bitterness, should be allowed to fade naturally. As we grow older, we learn to value peace of mind over superficial connections. The ability to gradually distance yourself from friends who drain your energy or bring unnecessary conflict into your life is an essential skill, one that must be nurtured with care and wisdom. It's a gradual process, as you become more attuned to the subtle shifts in your emotional landscape, learning to protect yourself from the toxicity that once may have gone unnoticed. But why is it that the friends who once felt like a vital part of our lives slowly drift away as time passes? There are 3 key reasons why friendships that once felt close and unbreakable start to lose their luster with age. First, and perhaps most profound, is the inevitable divergence of values. As we age, we begin to see the world through a more refined lens, shaped by our unique life experiences. Our values, what we hold dear and believe in, become more firmly anchored. And in the company of old friends, you may suddenly find yourself face to face with a stark realization. You no longer see eye to eye. In the earlier days, differences could be overlooked or easily ignored, but as time goes on, these differences begin to surface more frequently. What once seemed like casual disagreements during a night out with friends can now feel like insurmountable walls. Conversations that once flowed effortlessly can become exhausting, laden with tension, as clashing opinions weigh heavily on the heart. In such moments, it's only natural to feel a pull toward distance, as the effort to continue those conversations becomes emotionally draining. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. The second reason for this distance is the simple fact that, as we age, our time becomes more precious. We begin to realize that each moment is a gift, one that cannot be wasted. Why should we spend time with people whose values no longer align with our own? As the years pass, we naturally become more selective about who we invite into our lives, and that includes friends. The frequency of gatherings with these friends dwindles, not out of malice, but simply because time spent with them no longer brings the same joy or fulfillment it once did. As the years accumulate, it becomes more clear that the quality of a friendship is far more important than its duration. And finally, as we continue to grow, we understand that relationships with old friends are not sacrosanct. Just because a friendship has lasted for years does not mean it is immune to the natural process of change. The idea of clinging to friendships solely based on their length of existence becomes increasingly irrelevant. Instead, the focus shifts to whether we can still connect, still find common ground, despite the years that have passed. It's not about the past. It's about the present and the future. It's about finding those who can walk beside us with shared understanding and compassion. Sometimes, the friends we make later in life, those who we meet after much of our personal growth, are the ones who truly resonate with our current values and beliefs. In this sense, old friends are not necessarily irreplaceable. Sometimes, those we meet in our later years can provide a deeper sense of understanding, as we're drawn together by common experiences and values. As we grow older, we learn the invaluable lesson that it is not the number of friends we have, but the quality of those relationships that truly enriches our lives. It's a reminder to cherish the friends who bring peace and joy and to honor the boundaries that protect our emotional well-being. As time moves forward and we grow older, the evolution of our values becomes an inevitable and deeply personal journey. Long-standing friendships, which were once built on shared ideals and common experiences, may begin to show signs of strain as those values shift. However, this natural evolution should not be feared or avoided. It is a part of life's rhythm. People change, they grow, and they develop new perspectives that might diverge from what they once held dear. Recognizing this inevitable transformation is key to maintaining peace within ourselves. We must accept the fact that as we mature, our paths naturally drift apart. The changes in our relationships aren't a reflection of failure or disappointment. They're simply a testament to the way life continuously unfolds. When we reflect on our own lives, we often marvel at how much we've changed, both in how we see the world and how we interact with others. In this introspection, it's not uncommon to find ourselves feeling a sense of childishness or even frustration when we witness old friends behaving in ways that no longer resonate with us. Their actions, once familiar and comfortable, may now seem petty, immature, or even harmful. It can be disheartening to see people, especially those who have aged alongside us, still indulge in the toxic habits of slandering others, gossiping, or projecting their insecurities onto those around them. You might feel a deep sense of sorrow or pity for them, wondering why they cling to such negative patterns despite the wisdom that comes with age. In these moments, the pain of witnessing their stagnation can create a sharp contrast with your growth. As hard as it may be, it's vital to accept that these behaviors are theirs to deal with, not yours. And in some cases, it's important to take decisive action to distance yourself from these toxic dynamics, for your own emotional and mental well-being. One powerful catalyst for distancing yourself from old friends is the inevitable change in environments as life progresses. As months and years pass, our surroundings shift in ways that often lead to deep divides. Age brings a variety of new circumstances. Some friends marry, others remain single. Some achieve professional success, while others struggle. Some stay in bustling cities, while others settle in quiet rural areas. These differences can create rifts that are not always easy to bridge. Conversations that once flowed effortlessly can become strained when you find yourselves on opposite sides of life's great divides. For example, married friends may eagerly talk about their spouses and children, and while that may once have been a source of connection, it can now feel isolating for those who are unmarried or childless. Similarly, those who have found success might unintentionally create discomfort for friends who are still struggling, causing those relationships to feel more awkward and distant. The very differences in our daily lives, whether it's family life, professional success, or even our living environments, can create walls that no amount of effort can break down. As we age, our lifestyles change, and this is reflected not only in the way we live but also in the activities we pursue. For instance, if you've developed a passion for hiking, cycling, or other healthy activities, but your friends still prioritize old habits, like drinking or late-night partying, it's easy to feel a growing gulf between you. These differences, no matter how small they may seem, add up over time, making it harder to maintain the same level of closeness. As you prioritize your health and well-being, while others cling to outdated behaviors, the distance between you and them inevitably widens. This divergence in lifestyles is another poignant reminder of how, as we age, the relationships we once cherished may no longer serve us in the same way. We might feel sadness or longing for the connections we've outgrown, but these emotional shifts are not only inevitable, they're also a sign of the new life that's unfolding before us. Ultimately, the very concept of friendship evolves. As we age, we come to realize that friendships aren't about maintaining every single bond from the past, but about finding joy in the relationships that reflect our present selves. We begin to value the connections that align with our current values, interests, and ways of living. The joy of sharing experiences, learning from one another, and connecting on a deeper, more meaningful level becomes far more important than holding on to outdated ideals of friendship. It's crucial to accept these shifts as part of the natural flow of life. We don't need to feel guilt or regret as we let go of relationships that no longer serve us. Instead, we can embrace the opportunity to nurture the relationships that truly bring us joy and fulfillment in the present moment. As we age, time and money become increasingly precious resources, and we often find ourselves making difficult choices about where to invest them. The third reason for distancing from friends is deeply intertwined with the demands of life: work, child-rearing, and personal hobbies. As our days fill with obligations, the frantic pace of life pushes the relationships we once cherished further down our list of priorities. Friendships, which once brought us joy, may begin to feel burdensome. Conversations that once flowed effortlessly now seem repetitive, lackluster, or even fraught with tension. It's as if the connection we once shared has lost its spark, and what was once familiar and comforting becomes draining and distant. As we age, many begin to realize that the time spent with friends is no longer the escape it once was. It has become just another task on an already overwhelming to-do list. With time, the simple act of socializing can feel more like a chore. The pressure to maintain appearances, to please others, and to engage in conversations that no longer hold genuine meaning starts to weigh heavily on our hearts. For some, attending gatherings becomes a source of anxiety, as we worry about the expectations of others or feel like we must be something we're not. This internal strain causes us to retreat, seeking solace in the comfort of our own space, where we no longer have to pretend to enjoy what once felt obligatory. Slowly, we begin to recognize that, in the grand scheme of life, there is little value in forcing ourselves into social situations that no longer bring joy. This shift in priorities is not just about time but money, especially for men, where socializing often comes with the added cost of drinking or dining out. The expenses, though seemingly trivial at first, add up over time and start to feel like an unnecessary drain on resources. As we age, we become acutely aware of the limited time and money we have. This realization strikes deep within our core, awakening a newfound desire to use both in ways that bring us genuine fulfillment. We begin to value the precious few moments and the hard-earned dollars we possess, choosing instead to invest in experiences that nourish us, whether that's spending quality time with family, engaging in meaningful hobbies, or simply enjoying a moment of peace. The truth is, as we age, our understanding of what truly matters shifts. We no longer wish to squander these irreplaceable resources on friendships that no longer bring us joy or fulfillment. Instead, we long to invest in ourselves and those who truly matter. The journey toward this shift may not always be easy, especially for those who have long been accustomed to relying on friends for their sense of self-worth. But with time, we come to realize that solitude, once feared, is not something to avoid but something to embrace. Learning to be content in one's own company is one of life's most profound achievements. It is a form of liberation, freedom from the need for constant external validation and the toxic pressure of maintaining relationships that no longer serve us. For those who have not yet learned to enjoy solitude, there is often a lingering sense of emptiness, a void that feels unbearable without the company of others. These individuals have often lived their lives for others, seeking approval and companionship to fill the gaps within. However, as we age, we begin to understand that life is too short to continue living for others. It is time to live for ourselves. We must become the architects of our happiness, curating relationships that foster our growth and peace. It is crucial to recognize that not all relationships are worth maintaining. If a relationship brings discomfort and resentment, or simply no longer aligns with our values, it is okay to step away. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Distancing ourselves from friends, particularly those we've known for years, can be emotionally challenging. But it is a necessary act of self-care, a process that becomes easier with time. There's no need to cling to outdated ideas of friendship, such as the belief that we've been friends for 10 years, or we've been friends for 20 years. These labels, once comforting, can become chains that bind us to relationships that no longer nourish us. The truth is that people change, and so do the dynamics of relationships. Holding on to these past connections out of a sense of obligation or fear of letting go only leads to pain and disappointment. It's far better to value ourselves first, to recognize when a relationship has outlived its purpose, and to gently release it to preserve our well-being. Ultimately, the key to maintaining mental stability and happiness in our later years lies in our ability to discern what truly adds value to our lives. By reviewing and reassessing our relationships, we can find the strength to let go of what no longer serves us. In doing so, we create space for deeper connections with those who uplift us and for the precious time to nurture ourselves. True contentment comes not from the number of friends we have, but from the quality of the relationships that truly matter. Letting go of old connections that no longer bring joy or peace is not a loss. It is an act of profound self-love. When we shift our perspective, we begin to see that the true essence of life enrichment is not rooted in our relationships with others, but rather in the profound and intimate relationship we develop with ourselves. In a world constantly pushing us to connect and socialize, it can be easy to lose sight of the fact that not all relationships are meant to last or are even worth maintaining. The pressure to force connections, especially those that drain us, can be mentally, emotionally, and physically exhausting. Many of us find ourselves stuck in relationships where we're constantly trying to please others, tolerating behaviors and expectations that don't align with who we are, simply because we fear loneliness or societal judgment. But the truth is, you don't have to exhaust yourself by holding on to friendships or social circles that cause you distress. The beauty of life lies in the ability to curate your relationships carefully, to let go of those that no longer serve you, and to create space for only those connections that truly nourish your soul. By organizing your relationships thoughtfully, you may find that only a handful of genuine, meaningful friendships remain. And in some moments of introspection, You may even find yourself standing alone, without any friends at all. While the idea of having no friends may initially seem like a loss, in reality, it can be seen as a rare and precious gift. It's an opportunity, a blank canvas, where you can finally live life on your terms, where the only voice you hear is your own, and the only expectations you need to meet are the ones you set for yourself. In this solitude, you can discover the beauty of self-reliance and the deep joy that comes from living authentically, without the constant need to meet the expectations of others. Whether or not you have a circle of friends is ultimately inconsequential. What matters far more is the ability to live life according to your own will, free from external pressures and judgments. You are not here to fulfill other people's needs or to cater to their whims. You are here to honor your truth, to be the author of your own life story. The idea of friendship itself is fleeting. Friendships come and go, and they often evolve or dissolve over time. While we often place significant weight on our friendships and social connections, we should learn to find joy and fulfillment in the smaller, quieter moments of life, even in solitude. Living without the constant presence of friends doesn't mean you are destined for misery or loneliness. Instead, it opens up a new realm of possibilities, one where you learn to truly savor each moment, to appreciate the simple things that often go unnoticed in the hustle of daily life. A walk in nature, the warm embrace of a cup of tea, a book that speaks to your soul. These small joys can be deeply enriching and offer a kind of peace that is impossible to find in the chaos of forced social obligations. As we age, we may come to realize that the most important relationship we will ever have is with ourselves. Cultivating self-love, inner peace, and gratitude becomes the foundation for a truly fulfilling life. When it comes to people who thrive in solitude, even as they grow older, there are common traits that make their lives full of meaning, even without constant social interaction. The first and most important trait they share is the ability to stop worrying about others' opinions. They have learned to free themselves from the invisible shackles of societal judgment, choosing instead to live according to their own rules, desires, and values. When they are alone, they are not burdened by the fear of being judged or perceived as problematic by those around them. They have come to understand that most people are far less concerned with their lives than they realize. Many people, out of fear, try desperately to fit in, to conform, and to build relationships that don't resonate with their true selves. But this constant striving to please others only results in painful, draining relationships that leave us feeling empty. These individuals, however, have transcended such concerns. They know that being alone is not a reflection of being problematic or undesirable. It's simply a reflection of their ability to enjoy their own company and live life authentically, without the need for external validation. They've learned to stop fearing loneliness and, in doing so, have found the peace and freedom that comes from not being tethered to relationships that do not bring them joy or fulfillment. They've realized that solitude is not an enemy to be avoided, but a companion that allows them to reconnect with their inner selves and the simple pleasures of life. This understanding is liberating, and it is the key to a life that is not ruled by the opinions of others. When you stop worrying about what others think, you open up a world of possibility. You begin to make choices that are true to who you are, without being shackled by fear, guilt, or obligation. In doing so, you will find that your life becomes richer, deeper, and far more fulfilling than it ever could be when defined by other people's expectations. Another common trait among those who live well alone is their remarkable ability to move beyond worry and indecision. They don't dwell on their fears or anxieties, but rather, they keep their worries brief and act decisively. When a relationship no longer serves them, they don't hesitate to cut it off, and when they find something that excites them, they pursue it with passion and purpose. They understand that worrying about the what-ifs is a waste of precious energy. Most of our worries never come to fruition. The things we fear rarely materialize. And yet, we waste so much time agonizing over scenarios that are never realized. People who live well alone, however, do not allow themselves to be paralyzed by these fears. They act quickly and confidently, whether that means walking away from a toxic relationship or pursuing a new passion. They understand that the only way to move forward in life is to take action, to make mistakes, to learn, and to grow. And they do so with the knowledge that even failure is a valuable teacher, showing them new ways to grow and new paths to follow. Finally, those who thrive in solitude have a deep sense of purpose, knowing that they always have something to do, something to look forward to. They don't feel lost or purposeless. They have a vision for their lives, and they pursue it with enthusiasm. Even as they age, they find themselves constantly discovering new passions, picking up hobbies they never had the time for before, or learning new skills. Many people, particularly those who have spent years focusing on work or family obligations, find that as they grow older, they finally have the time to devote to themselves and their interests. And it is in these moments that they truly come alive. They are no longer bogged down by the pressures of other people's needs. Instead, they are free to explore the world on their terms. This sense of purpose helps them stay engaged with life, preventing them from feeling the weight of loneliness. Rather than feeling disconnected, they are filled with an exciting sense of possibility, knowing that there is still so much to learn and experience. As they try new things and expand their horizons, they find themselves interacting with others who share similar interests, creating meaningful connections in the community. Their lives are rich, vibrant, and full of new experiences. This is not a life of isolation, but rather a life of exploration and growth. These individuals approach each day with enthusiasm, eager to see what new adventure awaits. And even when they are alone, they feel complete, knowing that they are living life on their terms, pursuing their dreams, and embracing the beauty of the present moment. Loneliness does not stem from simply being physically alone. It is a state of mind, a belief we often hold, but one that can be transformed into something far more meaningful. Instead of perceiving loneliness as a curse, we can choose to see it as a gift, an invitation to embrace the quiet, reflective moments that life offers us. When we find ourselves in solitude, we are given the chance to experience the world in a deeper, more intimate way. The world becomes our sanctuary, a place where we can connect with the smallest, most overlooked aspects of life, and feel a profound sense of gratitude for simply being. In those moments, we should not feel sorrow or isolation. We should be overwhelmed with appreciation for the blessings we often take for granted. Imagine, just for a moment, stepping out for a walk in a small park near your home. The air is fresh, and the sun is gently warming your skin. You hear the soft, sweet songs of birds in the trees, songs that have echoed through generations, songs that have filled the air long before we arrived. This moment, so simple, yet so profound, is a reason to be thankful. The birds are not just making noise. They are reminding you that life continues, that nature is alive, and that you are part of something much bigger than yourself. Let that sound fill your soul, and let gratitude well up within you for the precious gift of hearing it. When the sun touches your skin, don't just think of it as warmth. Think of it as a tender embrace from the universe. Feel the heat seep into your bones, soothing any tension, and bringing a quiet sense of peace. That warmth is not just a physical sensation. It's a reminder that you are alive, that the world is full of nurturing energy, always willing to share its life force with you. Feel it, and let it fill you with gratitude. And when you hear the gentle buzzing of insects in the grass, or feel the earth beneath your feet, recognize these sounds and sensations for what they are, whispers of nature, telling you that you are connected to everything around you. Each of these small moments, moments that often pass by unnoticed, holds within it a deep reservoir of gratitude, if only we take the time to stop, breathe, and appreciate them. Every simple moment in life, whether it's preparing a nourishing meal, laughing at a favorite TV show, or sharing a quiet evening with a loved one, is an opportunity to give thanks. The act of gratitude is not just a passive experience. It is a powerful force that can heal, uplift, and transform our lives. When we choose to live with an open heart, when we allow ourselves to fully appreciate all that we have, the effects are nothing short of miraculous. The weight of stress and negativity begins to lift, replaced by a lightness of being that permeates every aspect of our lives. Gratitude does not just change how we feel, it changes how we live. It shifts our perspective, opening our eyes to the beauty that surrounds us and fills us with peace. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Research has shown that cultivating a mindset of gratitude can reduce stress, alleviate anxiety, and even improve the quality of our sleep. It can lower feelings of fatigue, elevate our mood, and even reduce the risk of heart disease. Gratitude has been proven to be a natural antidote to the chaos and confusion of modern life, helping us to regain balance and find inner peace. By simply taking a moment each day to reflect on what we are grateful for, we invite healing into our bodies and our minds. This act of thankfulness not only nurtures our spirits but also strengthens our physical well-being, providing us with the resilience to face life's challenges with grace. So, how do we begin to incorporate this transformative practice into our lives? It starts with the small things. Don't wait for grand, sweeping moments to be thankful for. Instead, start by noticing and appreciating the little, seemingly insignificant details of your day. There is no need to be stingy with your gratitude. Be thankful for the sunshine that makes your morning brighter, for the cool breeze that refreshes your skin, and for the meal that nourishes your body. Find joy in the ordinary, because in the ordinary, there is extraordinary beauty waiting to be discovered. When you begin to acknowledge these small blessings, you will find that your heart begins to overflow with appreciation for life itself. This is where gratitude truly begins to take root, in the small, everyday moments that we often overlook. One of the most profound ways to deepen your gratitude practice is through meditation. Taking a few moments each day to sit in silence, close your eyes, and reflect on the things you are grateful for can have an incredible impact on your well-being. But meditation is not just about thinking about gratitude, it's about feeling it. Close your eyes and allow yourself to relive those moments of gratitude, bringing them to the forefront of your mind and heart. As you do, feel the emotions that arise in you. The warmth, the peace, the contentment. Let those feelings fill you, and allow them to heal any areas of your heart that may feel broken or burdened. This is the power of gratitude. It can shift your entire energy, transforming your perspective and your experience of the world. The more you practice this, the deeper your connection to gratitude becomes, and the more profound its effects will be. Another powerful tool for cultivating gratitude is to keep a gratitude journal. You don't need to write long, elaborate entries. Just take a few moments each day to jot down 3 things that made you feel thankful. Whether it's the sound of laughter, a warm hug, or simply the fact that you woke up this morning, writing these things down allows you to solidify your gratitude and reflect on it later. You can keep your journal in a notebook, or use a note-taking app on your phone, whatever works best for you. The act of writing things down serves as a constant reminder of the blessings in your life, helping you to stay grounded in gratitude, no matter what challenges you may face. Over time, this practice will create a shift in your mindset. Instead of focusing on what is missing, you will begin to see abundance in every aspect of your life. Gratitude has the power to change the lens through which you see the world, and as you practice it daily, you will begin to notice more and more of the beauty that surrounds you. Incorporating gratitude into your daily life doesn't just improve your emotional state, it enhances every aspect of your health and well-being. It's a practice that nurtures both the mind and the body, helping you to feel more connected, more present, and more alive. If you haven't yet experienced the power of gratitude, I encourage you to try it. Even if you only practice for one day, you will begin to feel a shift. Your heart will feel lighter, your mood will improve, and you will notice the world around you becoming brighter and more vibrant. Gratitude is the key to a fulfilling, joyful life, and it is always available to you. So take a moment today to pause, reflect, and feel deep gratitude for everything in your life. In doing so, you will discover the transformative power that gratitude holds, and you will be amazed at how much more beauty and joy you can find in your everyday existence. As we wrap up today's reflection on the transformative power of gratitude, take a moment to pause and consider what you've learned. From the simple joys of life to the profound shifts gratitude can bring to our health, we've explored how embracing thankfulness can open doors to a life filled with peace, joy, and healing. So, I want to hear from you. What is one thing you've learned from this video that you will take with you and practice in your daily life? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and share how you plan to embrace gratitude starting today. If you enjoyed this video and found value in it, please leave a comment below and let us know how gratitude is making a difference in your life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content that can inspire and transform your journey. Thank you for watching, and may your heart be filled with gratitude every day.